Most people respond to burnout the same way. They assume they need a better system, a new planner, a new productivity app, a new morning routine, maybe a more detailed task management workflow. The logic seems reasonable. If I organize my work better, I'll feel less overwhelmed. But something strange often happens. Instead of making things easier, the system actually makes burnout worse. Not because systems are bad, but because many people try to solve a capacity problem with a structure solution. And those are two very different things. When work starts to feel chaotic, the natural instinct is to add structure. Structure creates a sense of control, checklists, workflows, planning tools, and in the right situation, systems are incredibly helpful. They reduce friction. They prevent important things from falling through the cracks. They make complex work more manageable. But systems only work well when capacity is stable. When capacity is already overloaded, adding structure can actually increase the load because now you're not just managing work. You're managing the system that manages the work. Every system adds something that people rarely account for. Maintenance. Systems require updating task lists, organizing projects, tracking progress, reviewing plans. None of those things are free. They all consume attention and mental energy. So when someone already feels overloaded and they introduce a complex system, something subtle happens. The workload doesn't shrink, it expands. Now the person is responsible for both the work itself and the system used to organize the work, which means burnout doesn't decrease, it accelerates. Burnout is usually a load problem, not a structure problem. When the volume of work exceeds what a person can realistically carry, no amount of organization will fix the mismatch. A perfectly organized overload is still overload. Systems can improve efficiency, but they cannot increase human capacity indefinitely. At some point, the only sustainable solutions involve reducing the load, creating margin, or redistributing responsibility. That's why burnout often persists even after people adopt new productivity systems, because the underlying constraint was never addressed. When people feel overwhelmed, the instinct is to optimize, to organize more, to build better systems. But burnout isn't always solved with better structure. Sometimes the real solution is stepping back and asking a different question. Not, how do I organize all of this? But, should I be carrying all of this at all? Because sustainable productivity doesn't come from perfect systems. It comes from aligning the work with the capacity available to carry it. This doesn't mean that systems are useless. Systems are extremely valuable when they're used to support capacity, not replace it. The best systems do three things. They simplify decision making, they reduce cognitive load, and they make important work easier to see. But they stay lightweight. If the system requires constant maintenance, it can easily become another source of pressure. The goal of a system should be clarity, not complexity.